Welcome to VP4 TV, a tactical genius production. Here is a list of upcoming matches in the 2023 Virtual 9-Ball World Championships. I try to stream what I think will be the best matches to watch and offer a good standard of play. Please subscribe to my YouTube and Twitch channels so you can join in the stream chat.
stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape! The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
When things look bad, and it looks like you're not gonna make it, then you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Well, welcome back, guys. Welcome to VP4 TV for our second match in the OneLoss side this evening, starting in about 7 minutes' time, give or take 30 seconds or so. The good news is both players are in the lobby. At least Interchangex has just arrived. Matt's arrived about 5 minutes before him. Now, I'm just double checking. Is he in the chat? Now, you see, I think he tends to do that. He's joined the lobby. I don't know whether he's just joined to see if Matt's arrived. And now from what... Oh, there he is. He's in the room. Right. I can relax now. Welcome back, everybody. Well, in summary, LS3 did well to end up getting 3 racks in that match against Nick. You know, Slim... Yeah, when we looked at how recently he joined VP4 online, he's only been here like the best part of 3 months, and he's clearly been playing offline. There's no way you come online and you're as solid as he is. Semi-Pro was asking in the chat. I noticed I missed that in the previous stream, but Semi-Pro was getting a little dig in. Who sent Nick to the OneLoss side? Well, of course, Semi-Pro beat him by, 3 or 4 racks. But clearly, obviously, Semi-Pro is a next step up in comparison to the performance of what LS3 did tonight. She was way short of the mark, she knows it, but Nick took all his chances and put her away very easily in the end. He made 1 error from what we can gather, and that is pretty good going. And I'll tell you something, Cobra and Spectre Dawn, they might not be scared of each other, but they're scared of ending up on the OneLoss side now, I'll tell you, because nobody wants to bump into Nick. You know, it's going to be a tough proposition for whoever ends up meeting him. So we've got all that to look forward to. Steve messaged me earlier. He said he's going to join. In fact, now that I've mentioned it, I'm going to have a quick look. He probably won't be there. It's still too early. It's 5 minutes to go. I would be surprised if he is. I'll be back in a second. And just as I thought, he isn't. That list of matches obviously needs to be updated because we are 1 match more down than what you will see in the screen. We have this match about to start, and then we have Larry versus Bedhead clashing with Friday Night 9 Ball. We've got Cobra and Spectre Dawn on Saturday evening, and finally Slim against Brainful Out on Sunday at noon UK time. So that's what we have to look forward to there. This match, well, it's a close call. I think neither of these players get an awful lot of table time. And that's the problem for the two of them progressing much further in this tournament. You know, one of them's going to take the other out tonight, but even then, after that, the prospects don't look too good. Let's have a quick look and see why that might be the case. Because if you look at the tie here tonight, we have Interchangex and MC Clarkey, but guess who's lying in wait? Now, it's going to be a tough ask for either of the two of them to stay with Albinario. Albinario, if he's on an off day and he's a bit generous, then it could get interesting, but he's going to be the strong favourite regardless of who he plays. So, as I say, this is where the field begins to thin out. Bankster, of course, having moved over to the OneLoss side the other night, he's lying in wait to play the winner of the match that Albi plays, the winner of this match, if you know what I mean. We won't take that any further. But anyway, that's what's to come, and that's what's in line for either of those two guys. So I don't imagine either of them will be keen to mix it with Albinario, but when you're going to win big tournaments, you have to take on all comers and take them out eventually. Right, another quick look to see if he's awake. And the answer to that is no. No sign of him in Discord yet, but he should be dropping in any minute. We are about 2 minutes away from this match starting, so far I see that Slim has joined us, Dwight has joined us. I didn't see anybody else in the chat, so apologies if I've missed you, but welcome and welcome back if you were here earlier.
Welcome to VP4 TV. You're watching a Tactical Genius production. Please welcome your commentary team for this match, 9ball.com and Super Admin aka Steve Chaplin, CEO and President of Celeris, Inc. Good luck to both players and have a good one.
Welcome to Steve.
Evening.
So, you missed the match earlier there with LS3 and Nick, but I was saying to the guys in the stream that neither Cobra nor Spectre Dawn are looking forward to losing their match because they're going to run into Nick at some point, and he is a threatening prospect on the horizon, I would say. But that's still to come. This match tonight, it's not a good prospect for either of the two of these guys because I was saying about how the field's going to thin out, and them that don't make the number, they don't hit the standard, they are going to head south. And that is a prospect for Matt and Interchangex because Albinario is lying in wait for them. I can't predict this match, Steve, because the two of these guys don't play a lot of VP4. They're not regular visitors playing. If Interchangex is on your time and I don't see him. Matt certainly doesn't get a lot of table time. He's got obviously work commitments and family and stuff. So I can't pick a winner.
Yeah, I think it could be a close match. I mean, I would favor Interchangex. I think he's got a higher gear, but he struggles to play well sometimes. So having that gear is great, but you've got to get it into that gear. If you're stuck in first or second gear, having a high third or fourth doesn't do you any good. So I think this match is going to be more dependent on how Interchangex plays than how Matt plays. Matt, I think, is more consistent.
Well, Matt has just won the lag. So here we go, race to 13. And that first match lasted, about an hour or so, did it? I can't remember, but it certainly didn't last long enough for LS3 to find their way in it.
Nick's a high power player. I guess she got run over. I saw the score.
Yeah, she made 2 errors early on. The first 2 that she made one mistake, lost to both, and then it went downhill from there.
Yeah, well, when the guy's breaking and running out a lot, it's tough. And I'm interested to see Nick play some more. I'm interested to see him play some matches where things don't go as well his way, and see how good his safety and kicking game is. And but he certainly looks like a contender in this tournament.
Yeah.
Bill's here. Hi, Bill.
Welcome back to Bill.
Blim's here.
9 balls over the corner pocket, so more than likely going to disappear fairly soon.
That was not a wonderful roll there. I mean, that was a little bit hard to predict. I mean, I'm not saying you couldn't, but that was a little hard to predict how that was going to come out, and didn't come out good for Interchangex. I mean, I think you've almost got to shoot a jump shot here, don't you?
Oh yeah, that's the bailout. Yeah. No, I haven't had a nap, Slim, but the wall will kick in eventually, and the yawning will start. Then I'll be leaving Steve on his own.
Well, the aim was good, but the distance on the jump was not. And
well, like I said, it's all over.
Yeah, and that's 9 ball. It's not a real short race, so I was watching that Premier League and watch Earl Strickland lose to I don't know how you say her name, Seao, an Asian girl. I think she's Korean.
I would have just said one of the ladies, Steve, and then that just simplifies it.
She plays pretty good. I was impressed with her game. I mean, she's got a good stroke. She really well under control. She played good against him. I mean, it wasn't like, he had some bad luck. There's no doubt about it. Things didn't go his way, but she played really, really good against him.
Well, I thought Earl struggled an awful lot in that. He was, I think I don't know whether he put much practice in. I presume he did, but I think he was really, really struggling. I don't know how many matches he won. He'd certainly won 4 the last time I saw him, but he didn't obviously make the knockout stages or whatever it is they're having, or they had.
It's tough when you're older. It's tough when you're not playing a lot. I think he probably is playing a lot, but the thing that goes as you get older is consistency. And in these short races, if you can't get going right off the bat, you're in trouble. You get a couple bad rolls, and and he did, and next thing you know is, and she's running out. She's breaking and running out. I mean, she's no slouch. Let me tell you, she could beat any of the guys in that. Obviously she's a disadvantage against most of them, but she's capable of winning in a race to 5.
Well, Slim said she wanted to hug him, but he bailed out.
Yeah, he was not too happy.
He bailed out the arena.
He's not a very good loser, and that's fine. I mean, I don't hold that against him. I mean, he wasn't into hugging.
See, that's why Steve likes Stubb, because he's not a very good loser. Welcome to Spectre Dawn. He's up late tonight. And here we go with another combo.
Yep, and
for 2-0.
Honestly, you'd be better off not having to shoot this combo, but he doesn't have a whole lot of good options. The bank is not as harder than the combo.
Well, I made a deal with Stubb, and I typed it in the chat earlier today, got no response, no acknowledgement from him at all. He's desperate for me to have this Polish flag with the, what do you call it, the emblem at the top of the flag. I know what flag he's talking about. There's various different Polish flags. I said, well, I'll do a deal with you. I'll give you that flag in my streams, provided you get rid of the caps lock button. No reply, no acknowledgement, nothing. So he's from the USA as far as I'm concerned.
Well, this is another really good table.
Oh,
nice
excellent.
break. He's got. I mean, this table is really. There's really no problems on there. He's going to have to go up and down the table 3, 4, 5, 6. But the way the balls are sitting, that really shouldn't be a problem unless you get out of line. And right off the bat, he's got kind of funny on this 2 ball. That was not the place you wanted to put the cue ball.
Well,
you know, because then you're leaving yourself this kind of shot, which you know, I mean, it's not like you should miss this, but every time you get a shot that's not quite as easy, you know, the chance goes up you're going to miss. And this, you know, he needs to control the speed on this.
That's overcut.
You know, and there we go. I mean, that all started by getting on the 2 ball wrong.
Now, if this double kisses off the 5, I don't think it will, though.
No, it could get a double kiss, but it's going to the left regardless. So, I mean, you either got to try to hold it with right English or feed it with left English. And, you know, he may just take the long shot, may not hit this that hard and just kind of, wow. Well, it wasn't a gimme, but that's, wow.
I don't know that 2 racks would make much difference, Slim. I think it's basically down to what you've said. You've just got to be on your toes right from day one and get going. You know.
Well, the longer the match is, you know, the more it favors the better player. But a race to 13 is not a short match.
It certainly was short for LS3, I'll tell you that. But, I mean, you know, she held her hand up. She didn't play well. When she did have chances, she blew far too many in comparison to Nick. And that's the punishment is severe when he's running tables.
Yeah, well, you know, again, I mean, when you get against somebody that's putting on you and you get very few chances, that's a situation, you know, LS3, you know, she's really improved, but she probably hasn't played a lot of matches like that. And those kind of matches, you know, that's something that is an experience thing. You have to learn how to play in those matches. And it basically comes down to just not making mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, if somebody's playing good, you know, in race to 13 like that, you know, maybe you can make 2 or 3 mistakes at most, and even that might do you in. But the key is minimizing mistakes, and it's hard to learn how to play pool like that. You know, you got to play smart. You got to make good decisions. You got to pocket balls well. You got to move the cue ball well. You've got to play safe well. You've got to kick well. I mean, really, you've got to do everything well, and that's hard to do, which is why most players don't play at that level.
Well, Interchangex is, oh, well, that ball got kicked there, but he got the stop in the cue ball there, but it got a bump. But he didn't get a ball. But he is off the mark.
So I guess Matchroom Pool is allowing Fedor Gorst to play again? Or are they still on the Russia thing?
Oh, I don't know.
Because he is the best player in the world right now. He's playing phenomenal pool. He's just, I've watched him play a couple tournaments. He's playing phenomenal pool. You want to watch a guy that doesn't make very many mistakes. He's probably the most consistent player in the world right now. Watch out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. Where's that chimpanzee?
I'm looking for him.
Well,
There he is.
he's just going straight for this combo, which is probably not a bad idea the way things have been going for him.
Well, I can't see him missing that. It's
No,
too
he
easy.
didn't.
Well, we've got a match on, folks. We're 2-all. That's a good start.
Yeah, they both made a fair number of mistakes. Matt, maybe more. I mean, Matt was off to a really good start, and he's just failed.
Well, Interchangex is...
that was a hell of a break there.
he's been practicing the break. But look at this. With the 1, the 3, the 8's gone, and he's out.
He put the pop on that. Well, he should be out. I mean, this is just, and I like what he did there. So I would not try to get past the 7 here. I'd probably just let it go back and forth.
Yep,
you could go past the 7.
Get it out into the table.
Yeah, just like that. That's what I would have done. It was just simple.
It's far too good a percentage to play it that way. You take yourself well away from the hazard.
And I think he'll play the 6 where his cue is down in that corner.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that's just, that's almost tragic, that kind of break and a perfect table, and then...
You see, that's the point I'm making about these guys at this level, because for them to sustain their life in this tournament, they just simply cannot be doing that. You've just got to be clean all the way. It sounds obvious to say it, you just can't afford to miss with an open table. You have to be on a level of consistency that will sustain you not only through the match but into your next one, and you got to keep it going. And that's why Cobra and
you just can't miss too many balls.
So bloody good at it.
Maybe you're going to miss 1 or 2 balls a match. I mean, that's always done me in playing, is that miss a ball or 2 too many sometimes. You play a match and I should have missed 2 and I missed 3 or 4, and that's how you lose.
It should have been 3 in a row there, and now he doesn't know what's going to happen the next few racks, but this is dry as well, I think.
Yep. And
chance to redeem
this table's pretty good. It's not one of those automatic tables. This one hit with left English, 2 to the 3 is easy. It's key he doesn't get funny on the 5 ball, because
he's gone a bit straight here, though. I think he's got enough angle to punch it out. I think he has.
Yeah, he can just spin this over.
Yeah.
So the 6 goes in both corner pockets, so you can be on either side of it. Obviously, on the one side is short, so you got to get down there, and the other side, the 7 ball's there, so you got to get down there. So however we get on this 5 ball, you need to get down fairly close to the end rail to be able to shoot the 6.
Uh-oh. I think he's okay.
Yeah.
A quick drink.
In the old VP4, where before I put the friction in on the spin on the table, that would have held up a little better. But the spin starts wearing off as the ball's rolling.
Needs to keep going.
Well, the other hold up.
Yeah, well, he's almost there. But he's going to have to crack.
Well, you
9
just got
balls in the way. 9 balls in the way.
No, the 9 ball's not in the way. You can get on the high side of that. Yeah, you just don't want to scratch in the corner pocket. Well, it's a little tricky getting in between on the short side here.
The commentator's eye says the 9 ball's in the way, Steve.
Well, the 9 ball wasn't in the way. The way he hit it was in the way. You had to draw that a little. You had to draw that ball a little to get it deeper into the corner, and then it comes up, towards, like, you want it to be maybe just short of the diamond, short of the side pocket.
He might set up a list, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he can see a piece of this 6 ball. I think he'll just thin this. He's going to leave a shot here unless he really...
He's got to really thin it. He's got to just take the paint off it.
Well, this is a tricky shot not to leave a shot. But, I mean, that's what he's got. I mean, you can kick at this, but... I don't think that's that worthwhile.
Well, I mean, it could have finished worse, you know.
No, that's not bad. I mean, he's got a choice here. He can play the billiard. I mean, the billiard is there.
Yeah.
Now, this is one of those things, you know, if you're good at billiards, a guy like a Tony Chohan is making this every single time.
Oh, he's going for the bank.
But if you're not good at billiards and you're good at banks, you do that.
Yeah.
That was probably a better shot anyways, just because you knew with a you didn't have to deal with where's the 6 ball going.
I think if you get a bank in early like that, I think that sets you up for the rest of the match because you've found your line and pace straight away. You know, that's a good sign. So we should be all square again. And Interchangex might again just be finding his pace.
Well, you know, he's just stop the silly mistakes because those just kill you. I mean, 2-game swings every time you miss a shot where, you know, the table's right. See if he can make that same break he made last time.
Welcome to semi-pro.
Yeah, he did. That's another good one.
7 is gone. Cutting the 1.
Hey,
wide open. This rack should be over. I mean, we won't see anything else other than it should be done.
Now, I'm going up and down the table here. He may roll this. I mean, VP people roll this shot a lot. Nope. He tried to go up and down the table, but
you've got to get the pot first.
Well, but there you go, missing the shot you shouldn't miss.
Yeah.
Helps if you can roll good.
And now he's thinking if he doesn't get lucky here.
Yeah, well, he's got a pretty good chance to kick this in. You don't want to hit this real hard. That's good speed.
Just scraped it.
You got a piece of it, but this shot's a little tricky. You know, I would probably try to just run into the 6. Mm-hmm. You can go between the 6 and 3, but that's kind of tricky. Well, Interchangex just suddenly can't make this 1 ball.
Yeah, he's too busy looking at the 6 there when he was trying to pot that one, I think.
Yeah, he may shoot this combo. I mean, it's lined up pretty good for it.
Yeah, where's the cue ball going though?
Yeah, he's okay. I mean, I'd shoot this in the side pocket every time because the cue ball shape is automatic on the 3. Shooting it in the corners. Shooting in the corners tough.
You can't see any of that 8, it's going to stay out, I think.
Yeah, but the 8's in the spot where it's outside the pocket line.
Oh, it's a good effort.
Yeah, he just needed to hit that maybe a touch firmer so it didn't throw so much. I mean, he had the room to let the cue ball run.
Well, Slim's already decided this match is going all the way.
Well, it certainly looks that way, like it's going to be a close match. I mean, these guys are just going to help each other out the whole way.
That's the way it's looking like. It looks as if it's going to go all the way through their own efforts. You know, they can't get away from each other.
Look at this. I mean, Interchangex cannot make this 1 ball. Matt needs to do him a favor and put this 1 ball down because Interchangex cannot make it. It's just like cursed now. He's had 3 shots at it, all of them reasonable, and he hasn't made one of them. That's the thing is, you know, like for playing against a good player, you're thinking like, okay, well, you know, I don't want to miss more than 3 balls the whole match. Well, Interchangex just missed 3 times on the 1 ball in this game.
Well, Matt's at it as well. He got the jump, didn't get the pot. How does this look for a cutback?
It doesn't look good. He's going to bank this. This one isn't so easy. He'll probably make this one.
Well, it's going to be middle of the table. So this is...
this 1 ball's getting worn out.
You've got a straight choice here. Do you go hell for leather for some far-fetched cut? Or do you try
That's not a far-fetched cut.
Well,
This is
I
his
mean,
draw left English and wham it.
this is a 50-50. This.
The shape's automatic. I mean, all you have to do is draw left. You can hit it really as hard as you want. You're going to get on that 3 ball.
Well, he looks like
He looks like he's
thin,
banking there playing safe, or I don't know what he's doing. I mean,
still trying to work out where he's aiming here. He looks like he's trying to cut it past the 5 now.
yeah, and he looks like he may be going forward. No, he's going to draw it, but he's not putting English on it, which you can probably get away with that in VP. Yeah, see how the cue ball went forward there? He would have had a thin cut on the 3. You need some English to hold that at that angle.
Well, it's certainly as safe as it's going to be.
Well, he can shoot the combo, or he can play. There is a safety here, where what you do is you hit it and take the cue ball past the 8. You take the 1 from one side to the other and down to the end rail. And speed-wise, it might be tough to hook him with the 5-9. I think you can possibly do it.
That shot you're talking about, Steve, it looks close to miss the 8 ball to do that shot, cutting it across the table twice. He's got a completely different angle. This might work though if he does it scratch.
Yeah, he hit it just a little bit on the thick side, but you know, the idea was good, and he came out pretty good. Yeah, that shot's a little tricky because when you're hitting it at that angle, you're going to get a lot of induced throw on the 1 ball, so it is going to open up a lot more than you would ever think.
Well, dare we say it, Interchangex has got to try and get this 1 ball in a hole somewhere. He's got ball in hand. So
yeah, I'd say it's about 50-50 whether he makes this.
Oh, we're glad. Big cheers. It's gone in.
Well, that's perfect. He's perfect on this 3. Just a little bit of running English to get it past the 9 ball, and he should be out here. Of course, I've said that before with him.
He needs to leave that little angle. Well, he's got a little angle, but it's a bit straight for my liking. He's going to have to tweak the cue ball with a bit of right, get it spun off the rail.
Go forward a little, and we overhit that. He's okay. Yeah, because these kind of shots, really all you got to do is make the ball. Position's almost automatic. I'd hit this with a little bit of right English just to make sure I got a little further from the 6, but he didn't need that to hang up. Well, this is I would go forward on this. A lot of VPers probably go back. Yeah. It's looking like he's going to win this game after missing the 1 ball 4 times.
Well, here we go. Yeah, he's back into the lead. Not into the lead for the first time, is it? I think it is. But I'm so tired now because I've hit the sleep while the yawning started. I'll get my second wind.
If you start snoring, I won't wake you up.
Well,
man, there's another. He's got the cue ball squatting, which is, you know, it's ideal because, you know, he's getting it back far enough. It's not getting hit again. And,
yeah,
the only thing that went wrong there is he didn't make a ball. But the balls came apart pretty good. I mean, that break is working well for him.
Well, it might be tit for tat here, the way the match is beginning to develop.
Well, let's see if somebody, let's see if Matt can run out here, because that's what you need to start seeing is break and run out, or the guy breaks dry and then the other guy runs out. I mean, we want to see guys running out. At least when the racks look like this. I mean, obviously, if it's a tough rack, then maybe they're not going to be, but you expect them to run out when they have this rack.
Yeah, he's just got to watch he doesn't leak away too far. Yep, that's about.
Yeah, right, that's perfect. Well, God, he wanted a teeny bit of angle.
Oh, look, I think he's just going to roll up the table. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good shot there because he left himself some angle. Now you just got to decide how you're going to hit this. You got to get past the 9 ball, and that's well done. Yeah, both these guys, at times look like they're really good players, and then there's times where they struggle.
Yeah, well, I think there's reasonably good signs from both of them, give or take the mistakes that's happened, that they're maybe settling in for the long haul, perhaps. All square
Well,
again.
he did what he needed to there, dry break, and he ran out.
I notice Matt's not getting caught up with this.
Watch out.
Planting the cue ball.
That 9 ball almost went in. Of course, we're playing.
Yeah,
we're
money.
playing. We spot it, right? Yeah. So
that was your idea, not mine, Steve. Don't blame me. I would have had it.
I think that's actually. I think that's a great idea. Remove one more element of bullshit luck out of it. I mean, what cracks me up is how much the guys in Europe like 9 ball, not the pros, but just the players here and the fans. But 10 ball is so much better a game. You get rid of all the luck. Well, most of the luck.
Well, this is tricky to make the collision with this one and get the cue ball away because there's a bit too much traffic in the way.
Yeah, that was. I don't know how much of the one he could take, but that obviously didn't work out for him.
Well, I don't know whether you checked the bracket, but while LS3 and Nick were playing, Mr. Fox and Hazard were playing their match, and it was all over in the blink of an eye, it seems. But
Fox is a big favorite there.
Mr. Fox won 13-9 in the end of the day, so Haddad did well to get 9 racks from what I've seen.
But, yeah, he did. Yeah.
And the result, I never saw the match, but I mean, it was still a good performance to get 9 racks off him. And of course, he plays stub now.
You got to think about playing safe here. This is not a good situation. See, I would have looked at playing safe there. Just brought the 1 ball across and used the 5-6 as blockers. Because the thing is, even if the 8 ball isn't here, getting back up table for the 4 ball is no picnic. I mean, I would have played safe and tried to get a better table position.
Let's all giggle at semi-pros wiggle. Look at the request in the chat, Steve.
The Wiggler.
Instead of the Riddler, the Wiggler. You got to keep the kids happy, Steve.
I guess. Well, that's a good kick. Is he going to get a reward out of it?
Oh, hang on a minute. Where's the 9 going? No, I think he can pot this, can he? Yeah, he can pot it.
Yeah. Now, this shot's a little tricky because what you really want to do is, the safe thing to do is play it below the side pocket. Just play it straight across and don't mess with it. You could get it above the side pocket, but, I mean, it's not hard to get this above the side pocket, but you got to know what you're doing. Well, obviously he does. Yeah, I'd be playing to shoot it down in the corner. I mean, yeah, because he's got a little angle where he can come back to the first diamond out from the side pocket, the corner pocket, and you can't get hooked there. And he tried to stun it over. Well, this is good enough. I mean, you're gonna have to kind of soft draw this to get the 6 in the side. If you hit this hard, you're not gonna get the 6 in the side. This is one of those touch shots where it's just a little soft draw off the 5 with a little bit of left English. And the tricky thing about this shot is you come up short on it, you'll overcut the 5 like that. See, when you put the English on it like that, it's real easy to overcut that 5 when you're trying to soft draw it because the cue ball wants to turn. Yeah. Yeah, VP, well, I mean, the 6-7's pretty easy. He's going to play for the combo. The angle he's at, he can play the 7 ball here too. So I'd play them both because there's no way you're going to follow the 7 in. Yeah. He's made every combo he shot at. Oh boy, a lot of balls hit each other. Look at all the balls. There's one ball below the side pocket, and he didn't make one. But he had a bunch of balls that were going in that got bumped at the last second. Oh, you got to push out. I would just push this. I would actually let him have a shot at this. I would push this back past the 3 ball over here and onto the rail because getting shape on the 2 is tricky. I would actually give him a full ball shot at this. Yeah, I wouldn't shoot a jump shot here because it's too hard to get on the 2. I think he's going to jump this, but I think this is a mistake. The problem is that you may not get a shot on the 2 even if you make it. Well, I did a spinner here, a lot of left English, and spin that 1 ball over. It's real easy to overcut it doing that because then the cue ball comes 2 rails and is going at the 7. See, he didn't spin it, so see the line? I mean, you got to spin the hell out of that so that you get it going at the 7 ball. Not guaranteed to come up with a shot there, but you got a good chance you're going to get safe if you miss it.
Apologies, Dwight. It's 3 minutes past 11. I'm going downhill fast. I muted my mic so I could. I had to take my headset off to have a yawn.
Oh, that was a nice play. It was almost a great play. He gets it behind the 5-6, and it's really tough. Matt's got a chance to make this, and we'll see whether or not he can get on this 2 ball.
Oh, I think it's just your luck. You either end up on it or you don't. There's no way.
Well,
you got to get the jump first of all, Matt.
You can play it off the rail, so I mean, there was a pretty good chance he was going to have some kind of shot. Well, so he can either play the 1-2 here, which is kind of tight past the 6, or he can play the 1-3, or I guess he could play the 1 in the side pocket, but that's a little funny, maybe.
Yeah, he can't really get to the angle he wants on it. He's just going to bump it in and run up.
You can suck it back into the 6 and bump it. Oh, he was able to get it to move out.
Well, the 5 ball is fine. There's no problem.
Yeah, well, this is these little precision. When you get these little movements with a lot of balls together, that's where you need to be real precise. And it's real easy to mess. It looks easy when it's like this, but it's real easy to mess up.
They're all little touchy shots.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're moving the cue ball short distances. You want to move it a foot, but you move it 6 inches, and all of a sudden, maybe you're no good. Well, that was a good shot. He got real good on this. He's just going to stun this over, I think.
Yeah, drop down on the 5.
That's an excellent shot. Little stun runner.
And it's perfect because he doesn't interfere with the 8. That's perfect.
Oh, he does. I'll tell you what. He does some things really well sometimes, or you're just thinking, this guy, I was really impressed the first time I saw him play. I think he's a really good player. He just hasn't quite figured out how to put it all together. The way he hits the cue ball.
Well,
I'll tell you right now,
stun again.
A lot of people wouldn't have got out on this rack because they would have made a mistake with the cue ball, and he's been in line the whole time.
Well, I think you can go straight up the table if you stun it in, or you can go a couple of rails. You just go straight in, taking the line that was there.
don't have to do anything there.
Yeah, Slim, I think you've got what's the word? Not hindsight. What's the other one about seeing into the future? Because we might be going all the way here.
You mean like a premonition?
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, I think your premonition might be right, Slim. Oh, hang on a second.
Well, that was a pretty darn good break.
Yeah.
And
why is the balls all... What have you done with this? There's a bug in VP4. The balls are all rolling to the bottom of the table here. Look at that. One ball stuck up there in the zone.
You know, it's another good break. I mean, he hit that really well. He kind of got a shit kick to lose the cue ball up into the corner pocket. I mean, that wasn't a great roll.
Is that not a sports channel, Slim? ESPN.
Yeah.
Well, I think you know, he wants to be playing the 2-3 combo and not interfering with the 9. Really, he doesn't have to, but he's going to now. I think.
Yeah, he's going to play the billiard here.
The combo or the billiard?
I think he'll play the billiard.
I'd be worried about where the 2 is going to end up.
It's going to sit right there on top of the 9.
I don't like that.
There's some risk there, but I mean,
I don't like it. He's got to hit this. Oh, he's come out smelling the roses.
Yeah,
my little voice in my head was saying, "I don't like that, Steve." But he's landed okay.
This is why pool's hard. I mean, Interchangex made a good break. He got shit kicked in, and you know now he's getting up losing this rack, and he was just getting rolling. He played great in the last rack. You know, it's just a momentum killer when you scratch it on the break. It's the worst thing that can happen.
That's why this bloody game is so frustrating. I don't think there's ever a pool player or a billiard player of any description who's not probably one of the most frustrated people on the planet when they're playing this game.
You know, the key to playing really great pool is you've got to be able to handle the difficult situations that come up.
Yeah.
I mean, when the table's wide open and stuff, and you know, everybody that's good's going to run out.
Autopilot all the time, then there's not a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's when things are funny and tough, and you get some bad breaks. It's, you know, that's when you know you're going to find out who can play and who can't, because when you start getting into tough situations on the table where there's no easy shots, you know, you got to be able to play.
Well, it's swung that now. There's got to be a break come sometime. It might be now because ball's in the break. Hang on a minute. Well,
yep,
the one ball's
he's
on.
Good. Now you just got to figure out how to get onto this 2-ball.
Now, what does he do here, Steve? Does he play really cute try stunning the gap between the 6 and the 7?
No,
or do they roll forward onto the 6?
Yeah, you roll forward past the 6 and 7.
Yeah, let's see if we can get the pace right.
Yeah, this is just all pace. This is almost like, you know, it's almost like a straight follow shot, the pace on this, because you're taking most of the 1 ball. This isn't what I would call a terribly difficult shot. The distance between the cue and the 1 is nice for doing this kind of rollout because you're hitting it with top, and that distance between the 2 does make a big difference.
He's trying to get in the bottom side.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was saying he should do.
I thought he was trying to be really cute there, but
no, you just have to. That's just a rolling shot, which is fairly easy to control the speed of the cue ball on. That's why, even though he didn't have a big area to get to, I didn't think that shot was difficult because he was able to just roll it.
Well, I think you must make sure you don't run into the 8 and the 7. You just
oh boy,
he's got to hit it though. He's got to hit it. Look at the space he had. Another foot of space he had there. There's the semi-pro wiggle.
Well, I mean that's where I said this over and over again. You got to go to the other rail because that will slow the cue ball down for you. Instead of trying to hit it perfect, you know, let it go.
Yeah. He's kicking himself right now because again he knows the consequences of this one. He had a great chance there.
He's got a pretty good chance. He's got a good chance to get safe here. You want to kick this 3 so it goes towards the side pocket because it makes the cue ball go back to the middle of the table, and you can hook him with a 6, 7, 8.
Uh-oh.
Well, yeah,
Don't
that
think he got
he
any of
completely
that.
missed it. Well, plus he was on the wrong side of the ball. You need to be on the other side of the ball to get it to go towards the side pocket.
Well, neither player can get away from each other at the moment. Matt had his first chance there to get a 2-rack gap.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is. Slim was right. It's going to go down to the wire, and as these guys are going to just keep making mistakes for each other, and they both play good enough to run a bunch of balls, but they're both making enough mistakes that the other guy's always going to get to the table.
Now, what's he doing here? Just a straight stun and get hold of the cue
just
ball.
you're just trying to play straight in on this 8. That's good. Yeah, these kind of things, both these guys do well. Yeah, his break has been good. Let's see what happens this time. But Interchangex, his break has been really good, and I think he might have popped that one up a little too much. But it didn't come across a part that good. I mean, part of that was a rack.
Well, I think his fate is sealed in this rack. Where's Matt going to? Where's he going to mess up here? I mean, come on. You cannot be wasting this, Matt.
Well, it's
3 ball got up into the top half of the table for the 4 into the side. Not a problem. That's really the only thing you have to do here is get up the table for the 4 on the side. So you can't not be on the 5.
Yeah, I mean this is pretty straightforward.
I suppose. I mean, the one that could end up being a problem is getting from the 6 back up to the 7. But look at the room that there is in the table.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any trouble there. I mean, you've got all the room in the world and the stroke of God.
Yeah, the priority here is having that. You don't want to land on yourself straight in a 6. You want an angle of any description.
I mean, if I'm playing this in real life, this is like automatic. I mean, this is not a hard shot.
Now he's digging in to go the rail and back across, and again, well controlled.
Yeah, he underhit that a little bit, but he's okay.
Now this is again just a test of your weight of shot here. The cue ball does its thing, so it's all to do with just the pace.
Oh, that's not good pace.
He's going to that funny area. Oh,
yeah, that was not where he wanted to put it. But it's the good players when they do make mistakes are going to make this shot anyways, and that's what you need to do is make the ball when you get a little funny.
Crisis over.
Yeah, this is definitely looking like 13 to 12.
Oh, here's another attempt, sticking with the same break to get this gap.
Yeah, he's putting a little cut on it. That's a little cut break, not a full cut, but
something dropped here at the last minute.
Yeah, it was a 4 ball, I think. Yeah,
and this 1 ball's going to squirt away, Steve. It's going to go away somewhere down the table. Oh, the 1 ball squeezed past the 7. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I never even thought to look.
No,
I was too busy looking at where the 7 was sitting from this end, thinking he was lining up the combo. Didn't realise it was past.
Now you got to decide which side of this 5 ball you're going to be on. I mean, this is a little tricky. I'm kind of surprised he didn't pull this back to get a little more angle on the 2 ball, because this can go all wrong when you're this close to that end rail. I mean, you may not get the ball down table.
Yeah, this is horrible.
And if you don't think you can get the ball down table, you have to draw this. I mean, that's a safe shot is to draw it back.
Yeah, I mean, with any luck, he would have some sort of well, that isn't it.
Yeah. Well, the way you got to play that shot is just with a very moderate, just a little bit above center and hit it hard. You don't want to spin the cue ball like that.
Yeah, it's just going to juice up and Momentum held it into the pocket. So again, you've got to make a note of that. Matt's had 2 racks here back to back where he's had the chance to get away from Interchangex and he's failed to do it. Now, he may well live to regret that. That could come back and haunt him.
Interchangex is one of these tortured players because I'm telling you, this guy should play way better than he does. He's just got to get rid of the silly mistakes because he does everything well. His cue ball is real good. He pockets balls well. He just
Well, again, I would still come to his defence in the fact that the limited amount of table time that he gets is probably partly a cause of that, because you have to then settle in and get your touch and feel and all of that stuff again.
Yeah, I mean, when you don't play a lot, it's always going to be tough. Well, let's see what he does with this break now. He's sticking with this break where he pops it up, and I think it's a good break. He's really controlled the cue ball well.
He didn't get the.
He didn't get the pop.
I don't think he jacked it up high enough there.
And the balls didn't come apart that great. Well,
we'll give him the 1 and the 2. Now, I think I would prefer the billiard here onto this 5 because you're pushing the 3 along the short rail here. If you just play it gentle enough, and you'll be on the 3.
Yeah, I would prefer that too, but a lot of it depends on how you can land on it, which all of a sudden has become a lot less. From here it's probably easier to get to the combo. He's going to get to the billiard. He's perfect for it.
Yeah, this is just a gentle brush. Nudge that 5 in.
Yeah, well, you don't want to hit it hard because you don't want to follow the cue ball to follow in.
That'll do it.
And that's perfect.
That was always in the pipeline, that shot. And that's a nice little angle just to push this in and get up the table. So everything's fallen into place here in this rack so far. But he's going to have a 3rd go at trying to get this 2-rack lead. Well, I'll tell you something. It might begin to play in the mind if you can't accomplish that.
Well, Matt's done this a couple times where, the dry breaks and he's run out.
Well, to me, the next thing to do then is to look at the break. He's breaking from the same spot each time. I would change it up just for the hell of it. Change it up and see what happens. You never know. I mean, you could then end up getting on a roll.
Yeah, and this match couldn't be any closer. I mean, these guys are just going back and forth.
Well, that's what I was sort of hoping earlier on this evening, but that never materialised. So, it's
the way you separate yourself is now you break and run out, or you break and make a ball, and maybe you don't have a shot, and you play a lock-up safe and get ball in hand, and then you run out.
There we go again. 9 and 7 it is this time, but I think the 7's got a wee gap, so there's nothing needs moved there at all.
And this is his chance to get that separation. Run this thing out and get the separation. Oh, he overhit this.
Too heavy. Now he's again. Let's have a look at what he's got. Does he get any of the 2? I don't think. Does he get a?
He does. He can thin this too, but it's real thin.
Well, I think it's a scratch if he tries to thin it.
I think he can thin it enough that he can get to the short of the side pocket, but not like that. That was too much ball.
Yeah, commentator's eye does it again, folks.
There it goes. I mean, it's like, he had a chance to get separation, and granted, that shot he hit 1 to 2 wasn't trivial. I mean, it wasn't a situation that was automatic, and he just didn't get the speed right.
Now, I presume nothing was bumped there at all with this 7 and 9. No, they aren't. They're exactly the same.
I think so. Well, that's a risky way to play it.
Yeah,
I doubt he was trying to go behind that 6, but He's okay
well,
now.
he might have been hoping to bump something and still have the 4, but he's came out okay.
Yeah, he's going to play the 5 ball up table, which I think is wise.
Now,
Just
what does he
takes
do?
any
Does he
chance.
roll this in gentle to leave the 6 up the table? Because if he doesn't get this right and he ends up on the wrong side of the 6, he's got to be careful. I think he's doing the sensible thing.
Yeah, you leave yourself a little angle of the corner and stun it over. Yeah, he's gone the other way. And this is fine too. He's sitting good here. There's you know, this is a good position to be in. I'd put maybe a touch of left English on this just to counteract that.
Yeah.
And that's perfect.
And I think that is pretty much on the money there. Nice setup, good angle. So the inevitable is going to happen here, I think. Well, the 9 ball's sitting almost on its spot, and it looks too easy, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean Matt got challenged there with the way the table was laying after the break, and he didn't pass the test.
Well, he's on the side pocket. This for 8 apiece. Race to 5.
That's what I'm talking about, is like, what are you going to do when you get a shot like Matt had where, you know, it's a little tricky and speed sensitive? That's the difference in, you know, real difference in play level there.
Yeah, it needed that better control, the better pace. Well, he got the stop again. The cue ball got bumped. I think something's gone in, has it? Yep, 2 balls
Yeah, he
gone.
made a ball. And he's got an easy billiard, and they'll get a shot on the 1, and
yeah, same
the
again.
3's right there. I mean, this is like, oh, sitting perfect.
Same again. Well,
and he did not hit it very good. He didn't get enough of it. I think he's okay.
Oh, he's fine. 3 balls, very handy, not a problem.
Yeah. Well, you know, again, here we go with a rack that he should run out, and the question is he gonna? I don't know why he's digging down on this quite so much. I don't think he needs to. All right, good shot.
Well, it's going to be interesting if Interchangex takes this out and then can follow it up, and then, you know, Matt's sitting there thinking, well, I couldn't get the job done. I've had 3 goes at getting this 2 rack, and all of a sudden I'm 2 racks behind and we're running out of racks.
And that's the right way to play the 4 to the 5, is let the cue ball roll down the line you want. You just can't get bad on the 5 that way.
Well, again, does he roll it in gentle or does he go 2 rails? He's got all the room to do it. I mean, just play the shot. Yeah. Well, again, this way, he's still got a nice angle to drop onto the 9, so there's absolutely no trouble.
Yeah.
So this is a very important break, not only for Interchangex, but more importantly for Matt. You know, he's sitting there cringing now.
Yeah, well, who's gonna get separation? You need to at least make a ball. If you can't run out, play safe. But you don't want to give it back to the other guy, because we've seen these guys are both running out these tables when they get them back.
Oh, again, loads of movement there. Now the table's tilted to the left and it's a dry break.
I think he's getting maybe just a little bit too much jump on it. There's a fine line there.
Well, it's going to be a 3-5 combo in a minute or two, unless he does something stupid and tries to draw into the 3 and get lucky in the 2. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why he would do that.
Yeah.
Well, he's on the wrong side of this 2 ball though.
Yeah,
he's probably still okay. I think he can roll this and still get a shot.
Dead weight, he'll still be fine. Just dead weight. He's got to trust his control. That's fine. And I mean, there's no way on earth he's missing this. None whatsoever. I mean, this is just a nice little roll. Keep the 3 ball handy. And, well, goodness me. Unbelievable. Commentator's curse.
That was a little bit sad.
Oh dear, that is painful. I'll tell you, Matt's well, not only has he bruised one shin, he's just bruised the other one, kicking it. I mean, that could not be missed, that combo, and he just got too cute on it.
I like how he played that 3-ball, just lets cue ball swing around 2 rails. And this, believe it or not, you can kill this and shoot the 6. Just like that. See, he knows that shot. That's a lot of left English. Now, I see most of the guys I've seen playing, they will not hit that shot. You know, it's a simple shot. You can kill the cue ball a lot with that. You just really spin it up.
Just bites into the rail.
He could do it here if he wants. He could shoot the 7 in the side.
Yeah, another little bit of left. He's just got the touch and no more there. Let's have a look at what angle he's got. Well, he's got a bit more than he would like.
Yeah, he can bring this back, I think, and shoot to 8. I don't think this is going to be a problem. If it is, he can always come out.
That was well done. Yep. That's excellent. Well, here we go. At the risk of saying it, I told you so. It's now 10-8 to Interchangex.
Well, it's like, here we go again. Interchangex breaks dry. Matt makes a mistake. Interchangex runs out. So Interchangex got the game he needed, but not the way he wanted. Maybe get a little less pop on this and get a little more motion in the balls.
Oh, that's about 5 feet in the air.
Well, he's going for more pop. He made 2 balls. Unfortunately, you don't want the cue ball down there.
No,
you want the cue ball more in the middle of the table.
You play something crazy and try and kick the one. He's close enough to it to kick the one and try the combo.
Yeah, I might give that a go. I mean, you know, the thing is you can get safe on that because the cue ball is going up table and the 1 ball is going to be sitting there or and maybe even go to the end rail. I mean, I'd probably take a whack at it.
Yeah, I would have a go at it.
I mean, another thing is pushing out to something, but you know.
Well, the chances are
you could push to this end rail and leave a little bit of the 1 ball, a little thin slice of it, but the other guy might kick at it. But you do have some options here. You do not have to kick at this. If you pushed it right over by this first diamond from the corner pocket.
Oh, it's a good effort.
Well, you hit it good.
Well, Matt's really on the rack here now. He's got to get the cut in the 1. He's going to be on the 2. He doesn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, well, this is the point in the match where, you know, this is the point where it's real trouble for Matt if he loses another game.
Well, the only thing that saves him here is that Interchangex can't get to the 1 enough on the right side, and it won't bank, obviously.
There's some safeties here. It's a little tricky, but you can get the 1 ball to go past that 9 and put him on the 7. It's possible to do it. He's going to do something else and scratch. I mean, that was just, you know, you could not go to that side of the 1 ball because the pocket was just
gaping.
A gigantic pocket there.
Well, the pressure's on now, Matt. He's ball in hand, trailing by 2, and he might have been let out of jail there. Now, I think he's got to come up something better in his break.
But that's the kind of mistake that, you know, that's a mistake that could end up costing him the match. Scratching on that safety.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Matt ran 3 here or something. You never know, 3 or 4. But I do think he wants to change his break up. Go to the other side, or don't go right up to the edge of the box. Do anything to change it slightly and see what happens.
I don't hear you yawning, Hugh. I'm yawning. How come you're not yawning?
I've sort of got my second wind again because it's getting to the exciting part, Steve. See, the brain's kicked in because I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, this is an exciting match. One thing about this kind of match, watch out.
Here we go. Unbelievable. Well, he can thank his lucky stars he's got room to jump it.
That was just a silly mistake. I mean, that was easy going from to the 5 ball. I don't know what that was.
Well, I'm going to come to Matt's defense here. If Matt's anything like me, he's half asleep. and that's the type of things you do when you're half asleep. And I think he might. Well, he's left this extremely awkward. It's beyond the 50-yard line. The cue ball is running all over the table. No clue where it's ended up.
Yeah, this is tricky. You've got a safety play here, but it's difficult. You probably have to run into the 9 ball. Man.
I think it's. There you go.
Yeah, well, if he was going to go that way, what he needed to do was hit it hard and draw it. Try to get it into a piece of the 9 ball.
I'm surprised he didn't, get right into that cue ball there, because obviously the scratch was always on.
He could have taken a 5 across the other side of the table and tried to run the cue ball into the 9, possibly get him on the 7.
Well, the question is Matt sticking with the same rate? I don't like that. I want to say, well, he's got a 2 ball now. Now that he's got the 2 ball, he's got the 1 on the side, the 3's there, and everything else is there.
Now you like it.
Well, is he going to back himself all the way here? Because this will be a major fail if he can't get this done.
Well, we've seen it over and over again with these guys not breaking and running out for one reason or another.
Think in the context of the match, it's a no-brainer, and immediately he's got trouble. He's the wrong side of the 3.
Well, this isn't too bad. You just hit this with a lot of left English and go between the 5 and 6.
Yeah,
this isn't bad at all.
You've still got to watch how much you do this, because you end up hooked behind the 9 here if it runs too far. He's gone the other side.
He's on the other side.
Right. And now, again, he's got to make his mind up here. Does he want to try and stun this in, or does he want to try to avoid the 7 and go forward? He's just bailing out. He's bailing out.
I think that was a wise move. Yeah. Trying to go forward was no good. You weren't going to miss that 7.
Yeah. I mean, all you have to do is roll this in and roll through and open up the angle. Let's have a look what he's got. Now he just has to be a wee bit careful here.
This is just a roll too.
Yeah.
It's rolling on a line that'll go in front of the 9 anyways. This should just roll again.
Oh, he doesn't want to roll right down on top of the 7 though. That's the shot. He needs to miss the 8.
Well, I wouldn't have done that. Yeah, I would have rolled it.
But the pace was good. Now he has to be again careful that he leaves himself short in this 8 ball, or he runs into the long grass to leave this a long shot. But I think he's got loads of room to just get the touch, and that's perfect. He's off the rail, and now he can do whatever he wants with the 8 ball to get on the 9.
So here we go back to 10 apiece. It's gonna go hill. I mean, this match is just bound to.
It's fated to do that because neither of them wants to grab it by the scruff of the neck and get it won. Not yet, anyway. But, well, if you're ever going to make a move, now's about the right time to make a move, isn't it? I mean, we'll give him that. He's still sticking with it. Got success that last rack. Five balls thinking, it's gone in. Cue ball gets bumped to the 3. 1 ball opens up between the 4 and 9.
And he's good.
The table is, again, this is just excellent. This is what you want.
Sitting good. See what he does here. I mean, he's going to have to wham this. I guess he could roll it to the end rail, but I'd be whamming this.
He might just leave this long past the 6. I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
but even that, he's just going a bit too far. He's going to have to.
Well, he's going to have to wham this one. Yeah, he should have whammed the last one because this one's a little trickier.
Yeah.
He would have been better off whamming that 1 ball and getting good on the 2. That you got to think about that. You're going to cinch balls. It's like, well.
Oh, now he needs a roll. Now he needs a roll.
No, he did good. He's good.
Perfect. Well, he's perfect. They can still see the 3. He can pinch a little bit of an angle as well, I think.
I would have just rather shot that on the 1 than the 2, but he hit it good.
Yeah, he just comes straight back. Well, you don't want to bump the 8, but it just gets into interference range of the 6.
He just needs to hit this at a speed he runs into the 9. You don't want to go past the 9. Yeah, maybe he's gonna try to go past it on purpose. This is a little funny. I mean,
I think he's
there's a
fine.
good chance he's hitting the 9.
I think he's fine. Well, he's
Told ya. What do you call that? Commentator's eye. I mean, that was tricky getting it by the 9. That's why I would have hit it in a way where I just hit the 9 square.
He didn't take enough of the 9. So the 8 ball is out of the equation. Cue ball bumps the 9, and the 9 ball's right in the middle of the table. So again, it's one of these little exercises to get on the 9. So simple it looks.
So this is 3 in a row for Matt.
Yeah.
Because it was 10-8.
Well,
you know, Interchangex had just gone ahead and, you know, and finally forged the lead, and he's just lost it right back.
He's made his move at the right time. Is there another twist to this match yet?
Oh, I mean, it's going to go hill. It almost has to.
So, Matt, with a chance, the 4th chance in this match with the break to get a 2-rack lead. Hasn't done it yet, and he won't be doing it now because he's come up dry. And he's got away with it as well. 1 ball's a no-show.
Well, this is a safety here. You kick this a little bit of speed and make the cue ball go over behind the 2-3.
You see, you've got to hit a half ball to do that, and he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't.
Hit it full in the face.
But he might get away with it.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he did.
Oh, if that 5 ball wasn't there, that 1 in 8 is a combo, I think, almost.
Yeah, this is a little tricky here. You could stick that cue ball on the 8. It's possible, but you're gonna have to hit it really good.
Oh, that bump in the 1. Now.
Oh, this is an easy bank. The biggest problem is the 9 ball. You can bank this and probably play safe on the 2. You got to make sure that you get past the 9 ball. You can go behind it, or, you know, if you hit the top of it, you may run down into the 8. You got to be a little careful here. Okay, he's fine.
Well, he's not going to be able to move the cue ball the 2 ball very far because the 3 ball's there.
All he got, no, he can get it through the gap. He just wants to spin it so it runs up on the 4. So you're going to hit this so the 2 ball bounces between the 2.
Oh dear.
Well, you know what? What he tried to do was fine, except he didn't get there. He tried to spin it behind the 5 and failed to get there.
Well, this is, I mean, it's not a gimme. He's got to get on the 3.
This is just roll it. I mean, it's all you have to do is make this ball.
Well, we'll still get the 4 ball situation to deal with as well.
Well, he's going to shoot the 4-8 combo, which, you know, if you don't hit it too hard, then the 4 ball should be just right there. Now, I don't get why he's doing this. This is how you lose a game. He had an easy 4-8 combo. What's he doing? I just don't get that shot.
Right onto the jaw for this to go in, and he's played it well.
He made it.
Well, yeah, is Matt finally going to get this 2-rack lead, take him to the hill?
Yeah, well, if he gets on the hill, well, in this match, nothing's guaranteed, but that's a huge advantage to be on the hill to 10. Oh, don't tell me he left it straight in.
Yeah,
he's got
fine.
a little angle.
Yeah, he's fine. But getting back to my point that I made, you know, prior to the match, you know, what we've seen from these guys is that they're still making too many mistakes to really have prospects of progressing a lot further. I think that's the only thing that would worry me watching the 2 of them, how they've given racks forward and backward. they know
But, you
that
know, that
you've got to step up, and there's been no real sign of them stepping up. You know, I'm comparing them to how Nick played tonight. You know, they're way short of the level that Nick was playing.
It's hard not to make mistakes. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
you know, human nature is to make mistakes. So learning to play clean is something very difficult to do. I wish I could do it more. You know, when I'm doing it, I can win against anybody in the world. But unfortunately, I don't do it enough.
Well, he's got a first problem dealt with. He's got a ball, and he's now looking at the 9. I think he might as well have a go at this. You know.
Yeah, I would. I mean,
because he's not gonna hit the 2 and 3, and the 2 and 3.
No, what I would do is I would actually draw it into the 2. I'd play the combo and draw it into the 2 and try to get the cue ball to stop right there. I'd draw it off the rail and into the 2 and try to kill the cue ball there. Or you could just do that.
Goodness me, look at this. Look at this for a setup. Maybe that's what he planned all along, Steve. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
I guess he better hit the 1 ball here, or it's all over.
Oh dear.
It's all over. Yeah, that's
well, there you go.
Yeah, this is a pretty good situation for Matt. He's looking at trying to run this up to the corner, which I think is a smart play. Easiest way to get on the 2-9. And he hasn't missed a combo this match, and I don't think he's missing this one.
What was the one that was missing the bottom left-hand corner? He left it hanging. He has missed one, or was that Interchangex?
Oh, did he miss one?
Yes, he did miss one. Yeah, the one that I said he could never miss.
Oh, yeah, because he didn't hit it hard enough. Yeah. You're right.
Well done to Matt.
Well, that was a heck of a match. It didn't go hill, but it was a pretty exciting match.
13 racks to 10. Well done to Interchangex again. You know, played in the tournament.
He's a good player. He's right there.
Performance. You know, that's the tough side of it. You know, when you don't get all the spectred on practice that he gets. But Matt marches on, and confirmation. And the bad news for Matt is that Albinario is on a mission, because he's going to try and survive the rest of this one.
He's got to play Albinario, which is
you know, that's a big step up. But you know, if Matt's on his game on the night and he cuts out the errors, because Albinario will make the odd error as well. You know, it could run close. The favourite's still going to be Albi, but I would put a pound or two on Matt as well as an outside bet. Right, so now, do we want to look at the stats? Let's have a look if I can find. See, I have a problem finding Matt. Let me just do the MC. I think I couldn't find it earlier today, but when I did the small C, it found him. Let me try that. Let's see, maybe the stats will be a bit more impressive than I thought. There we go, found him straight away. If you do the small C, you find him no problem rather than the big C. I don't know why. And Interchangex.
Yeah, I don't think the stats are going to look terrible, but, you know, just a lot of mistakes.
Well, both of them 2.4, 2.1 per turn. Shot percentage 80% for Matt, 77 for Interchangex.
Yeah, and there wasn't tons of safeties played, so you know, those are down because they missed a lot of balls.
Break stats: Interchangex 10.7, pretty even. 0.7.5 for Matt.
Well, the break percent though is huge. I mean, and Interchangex is just way down. 40%'s not good enough. 70%'s that's about normal.
Runouts from the break 2 from Matt, which really was the turning point in the match when he got those. And 1 from Interchangex. What was the other one to look at? Rack's high run was 2. Rack's run overall for Matt was 6. And
Matt's in the stream.
1.
Good playing, Matt.
Right, let's have a look. Well done, Matt. Let's have a look at the overall stats and see how that.
Well, that's a huge difference. Racks run. I mean, that's the match right there.
Break stats. Now that's the one we want to look at. Let's look at the Racks Racks run. We see Bill is in the lead again. Bear in mind, some of these guys, quite a few of them, aren't in the tournament anymore. But I think if you look at the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they're all still in the tournament. You've got down
Fox
to Mr.
is still
Fox.
in the tournament too, right?
Yeah, he won tonight. He now
Yeah.
plays Stubb. So you've
Pimpy's
got those
out.
guys all at the top. Bill on 28 Racks run, Nick on 27, Spectre on 23, 22 semi-pro. But again, these players have got matches short. Semi-pros, I think, short of a match. Bedhead, I think, as well. He's on 20. Racks high run, let's see that, because I think that's pretty much as it stood there. You've got Bill, Bedhead, Nick, Tommy, who's no longer in the tournament, I think, Mr. Fox, and Chimpy, who I think's out the tournament, Stubbs on 3. So they're all in Racks high run 3. I don't think it matters about Moneyball percentage, but
I think we'll see somebody go to 4 or 5 by the time this tournament's over.
You would like to think so. Somebody's going to get in some sort of rhythm and get that little roll of the ball that they need. So one final thing to check is what's remaining. As a reminder to whoever's still watching, the next match I'm going to be doing will be on Friday evening. That will be starting at 7 p.m, 2 p.m. Eastern, and that's Larry and Bedhead on the winner's side. And then, of course, after that, we'll catch the end of Friday Night 9 Ball. Then we have Bill and Pool Kabouter. I think Bill would need to have a major fail to lose that match, judging by the level that Pool Kabouter was playing against Brainflout. So I'm putting Bill heavy favourite. I don't know whether that'll jinx him, but that is on Saturday night at 7. And then, of course, the big one over the weekend, Cobra and Spectre Dawn on Saturday. In fact, at 7:30. So Bill and Pool Kabouter have arranged their match in between time. So Cobra and Spectre Dawn go at 7:30. That's the match I'm focusing on. And finally, Slim against Brainflout on Sunday at noon. I'll still be at work then. And that is about it. Once again, unless Steve has anything he wants to mention or cover,
I don't.
We're all going to head home. So Matt can get to bed. Good luck in the next round, Matt. You know who you're playing. He's Swedish and he's annoying, and he's always there. I'm not going to give you his name, but work it out. Andy's bloody good. So thanks to Steve for joining. Thanks for you guys staying up late if you're in the UK, and we'll bid you good night. Take care.
Good night, guys.
See you over the next few days.
Good night, ladies.
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
Hasta la vista, baby.